Alright, you all know what this is. Know that you can rest assured this is a definitive list that I've put together over the course of 7 long years of tireless research. I don't want to waste any time, let's get started. So to start things off, I want to create a baseline for the bottom tier with Yui Hirasawa. She's extremely energetic despite being on the lazy side of things, and she's always willing to put her best foot forward when it comes to something she's passionate about. Big problem though, she's just a normal girl with nothing special about her, so I think she'd have a pretty hard time killing Goku. Light Yagami. Okay, so this might be a controversial move, but I'm going to put him and Lelouch from Code Geass just above Yui here. The reason is, while these two both possess incredible powers and have the 400 IQ brain required to wield them, they'll be too busy playing 4D chess with their opponents to actually use them. Light would be all like, I could wipe out this man easily with the Death Note, however doing so will alert the other combatants to my power. Besides, he had the sense to cover his face up. I'll never be able to kill him if I don't get that mask off. This man seems to possess a similar power to mine, and while I could easily use my Geass to get rid of him, it would expose part of my face. Something about the look in his eyes tells me that's what he wants. I'll have to be cautious about this. What the fuck is a Geass? Tanjiro, the demon slayer himself, and by that, I mean one of like 100 of them. He's really good with a sword, and he has a million different elemental moves that he can use by breathing correctly. The guy always overcomes the odds, and I hear that he's only going to get stronger. Solid A tier. Ash Ketchum. This dude seems like just a normal guy, but after watching every single episode of Pokemon just for this video, I've become convinced that he's I've become convinced that he's invincible. Here he is walking through fire like it's nothing. Here he is picking up and throwing a tree. Here he is jumping 100 feet into the air. Here he is running on the wall. Here he is getting killed by Mew and Mewtwo and surviving. Speaking of which, his best friend tries to kill him all the time and it never works. S tier. Kuroko is really good at passing basketballs. Also S tier. Kenshiro. Take a look at this guy's feats and it's clear as day that he outclasses Ash in every category. His specialty is killing someone without them even knowing they're dead. But one of those people he killed was Hulk Hogan, and that makes me very angry. C tier. Yami Yugi. Now I was fully expecting to toss this guy into the bottom tier because there's no way he's anything more than just a regular dude, but then I started doing some research. Turns out Yami Yugi is the name Yugimoto takes on when he's being possessed by an ancient pharaoh. His powers include luck manipulation, infinite stamina, possession, ability to ignore bodily pain. Isn't this about a children's card game? High-level intelligence, summoning, spiritual manipulation, dark magic, and... What the fuck is Mind Crush? The term Mind Crush has been used for all of Yami Yugi's penalty games, where it has the effect of exercising an evil spirit or rendering the victim unconscious. So we could just like... What? Alright, I think it's safe to say that this man has surpassed Goku, and with that, the real tier list finally begins. Haruhi Suzumiya. This is a bit of a strange case because she has the ability to alter reality in any way she sees fit, like some sort of crazy god. But she doesn't know about this power and is never allowed to know. That begs the question, how can we predict how well she would fare in a fight if she has no knowledge of her abilities? She could use them subconsciously, but if you couldn't tell, I'm trying to keep this list as factual and accurate as possible. Because of this, I'm going to say that she can't use any of her powers for the sake of this list, making her just a normal girl. Now, that being said, she could probably still kick my ass, and I know I'm stronger than Goku, so D+. Master Chief, he was in that one anime, it counts. Good old Chief is humanity's champion, a big green wall that fends off dozens of threats that he has no business fighting by himself. Take the Flood, a hive mind of parasites that are as deadly as they come. They're so bad that a race of ancient aliens with technology thousands of years more advanced than what we'll have in 2552 ended up killing themselves off in a last-ditch attempt to starve them to death. Hundreds of years later, Green Man with Gun puts a stop to them almost single-handedly. As impressive as his feats are though, the guy is still human, and he's gonna have a hard time coming close to the limitless potential some of these combatants possess. B tier. Master Chief from the books, though. I haven't read a single one of these, but if what I've heard about this chief is true, he could kill Goku. Apparently early on, he just straight up backhands an anti-tank round while making his way through a training course that was designed to kill him. A+. Natsu from Fairy Tail. Fairy tales aren't real, D tier. Sailor Moon, one of the classics. She's got some pretty tame powers, like immortality, the power to recreate the entire universe including the space-time corridor which exists in an entirely different dimension, and the ability to reflect a full power attack from chaos. A primordial void that can create and destroy matter, travel through time, travel through dimensions, and inflict literally any status effect known to man on somebody. Keep in mind, this is a story about a clumsy crybaby teenager who sucks at math. S+. Senku is the opposite of Usagi because he's actually smart. He's so smart that according to his wiki page, one of his abilities is tactical intelligence. Now it took me a minute to realize that they were just trying to say that he's a good strategist, but if at least one person does the same double take that I did, it was worth putting in this video. Anyways, I'm 10 billion% sure that this guy belongs in C+, right next to Bill Nye. Guts, everyone's favorite struggler. This man bathes in the blood of demons every day, and that 300-pound slab of concrete on his back helps him do it. He's killed so many demons that the Dragon Slayer here is actually a magic sword with the ability to pierce any kind of foe, even if they're just projections. His swordsmanship is unparalleled as it's the only skill he's ever dedicated himself to. His robot arm shoots a cannon that could level a skyscraper, and the coolest armor set in the history of fiction pushes his strength, speed, stamina, and common sense past the limits of a normal human. But the man is still human. No way in hell does he stand a chance against all these godlike beings up here. However, I really like Berserk. S+. Monkey D. Luffy. Straw Hat himself, the plastic person, the elastic individual, the rubber representative, the flexible fellow, the B+, Shinji Ikari, bottom tier, Solid Snake. Snake is a weird character because he's actually the same person as Big Boss, also known as Naked Snake, who is the same person as Solidus Snake, who is the same person as Liquid Snake, who is technically the same person as Revolver Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4 because he brainwashed himself into thinking that he was, making him the same person as Venom Snake, who is a body double of Big Boss and is also the same person as famous actor Kiefer Sutherland, making him the same person as Jack Bauer, who has personally killed 268 people. Anyways, these guys are kind of the same as Raiden, who was raised by Solidus Snake and trained to be exactly like Solid Snake by the super secret shadow government known as the Patriots, who were founded in part by Big Boss and Ocelot. With that in mind, that means that out of every single event that happened in this franchise from 1964 to 2014, like 90% of it was spearheaded by the same guy, good or evil. This gives the man a very impressive list of feats, but he is also still just a man. He should go in B tier, but I really like Metal Gear Solid, so I'll put him in C tier. Sora, no not that one, is going to slide right under Snake because he'd go up to him and be all like, "Hey Snake, let's play a game, I'll bet my race piece on it." Simone. This guy is a bit of a special case. They say that writing a character who gets by because they believe in themselves hard enough is the most contrived thing you could ever make, but that is not the case in Gurren Lagann. In this universe, self-confidence is a canonical force that is harnessed by mankind and can be used as a weapon. The spiral power, as it's called, represents that burning will to keep on pushing. It's a shape we find in our DNA, in the galaxy we live in, and in the tools we use to keep on digging. Keep that up and any seemingly insurmountable obstacle will inevitably fall. Kick logic to the side and do the impossible. Gain the strength to move forward no matter what happens and see the invisible. Stand up and fight for your right to be who you are and touch the untouchable. Dig so far that you're piercing your way through the heavens and break the unbreakable. And once you're done, pass on what you've learned to the next generation and live the rest of your days only facing forward. content with everything you've done, and fully convinced that you managed to change something for the better while you were here, because you did. What a powerful, uplifting, and special show this is, and what a broken-ass character this guy is. Simone tier. Jotaro Kujo is really good at punching people, and he can stop time. That's pretty strong, but the question remains, can this man kill Goku? Well, on the left I have an image of Goku attacking, and on the right we have Jotaro's stand attacking. Notice how you can see Star Platinum's attacks show up way more than Goku's. This has led me to believe that he is in fact faster than Goku and probably stronger too. D+. Arthur Morgan. This guy's just here because I know it's gonna make my brother mad. Red Dead 2 is all about its characters. God knows how many hours were put into creating hundreds of these little scenes that flesh out the members of this ragtag gang of outlaws living in an age that wants their kind buried in the past. Arthur is the character who benefits the most from this, because despite the fact that he's, at times, a merciless killer and thief, he is also one of the most down-to-earth, charming, and unmistakably human characters I've ever had the pleasure of playing as. Oh, and he can handle a gun pretty good. C tier. Kirito, my boy, the greatest character in the history of fiction. He's so cool and strong. He chapter 16.5's all the girls, and man, look at that drip. I wish I could wear a black trench coat everywhere I go 24/7. I bet I'll make so many more friends. You know, not that I don't already have like 1,000 friends. Kirito tier, and that's my list. If I missed a character, they aren't real. You're living in a simulation and you need to wake up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I had, although I'm not so sure that's possible. Feel free to bully me in the comments for this one. I probably deserve it. I'll be seeing you all next time for something that I know you've been looking forward to.